I remembered this scary story, which happened a long time ago, and this scary woman. I thought about it the other day at a fancy beach place, where I saw a famous young, pretty, and lovely woman from Paris. Everyone loved and respected her. A friend invited me to visit him in a small town. He showed me many places in the town, like famous spots, old castles, factories, and ruins. He showed me old buildings, churches, old doors with carvings, very big or strange-looking trees, the oak tree of St. Andrew and the yew tree of Roque-Boisy. After I saw all these things and felt very excited about them, my friend looked sad and said there was nothing left to see. I felt relieved because now I could rest under the trees. But suddenly he said loudly, "Oh, yes, we have the mother of monsters. I must take you to see her." "Who is that, the mother of monsters?" I asked. "She is a terrible woman," he said, "a real demon. She chooses to have ugly, deformed children, monsters, and then sells them to showmen who show these monsters to people. These showmen come sometimes to see if she has any new monsters, and if they like them, they take them and pay the mother money. She has 11 children like this. She is rich." You think I am joking or making this up? No, my friend, I am telling you the truth, the exact truth. Let us go and see this woman. Then I will tell you her story. He took me to a place outside the town. The woman lived in a pretty little house by the side of the road. It was nice and clean. The garden had many sweet-smelling flowers. One might think it was the home of a retired lawyer. A maid took us into a small country room, and the woman came in. She was about 40 years old. She was tall and big with strong features. She looked healthy and strong, like a tough farm woman, part animal and part human. She knew about her bad reputation and greeted everyone with a fake humility that showed her hate. "What do you gentlemen want?" she asked. "They say your last child looks like a normal child, that he does not look like his brothers at all," said my friend. I wanted to check if it is true. "Is it true?" She gave us an angry and mean look as she said, "Oh, no, my poor sir. He is maybe even uglier than the others. I have no luck. They are all like that. It is so sad. How can God be so cruel to a poor woman who is all alone in the world? How can he?" She spoke quickly, looking down, like a scared animal. Her rough voice became soft, and it was strange to hear those sad sounds coming from her big, strong body, which looked made for hard work and loud noises like a wolf's howl. "We would like to see your little one," said my friend. I thought she turned red. I may have been wrong. After a few moments of silence, she said in a louder voice, "What good will that do you? Why don't you want to show him to us?" Asked my friend. "There are many people to whom you will show him. You know who I mean." She jumped, and in her normal voice, full of anger, she screamed, "Is that why you came here? To insult me? Because my children are like animals, tell me? You shall not see him. No, you shall not see him. Go away. I do not know why you all try to bother me like that." She walked towards us, her hands on her hips. At her angry voice, a sad, mewing sound came from the next room. I shivered down to my bones. We backed away from her. "Be careful, devil. They called her the devil," said my friend. "Be careful. One day you will get into trouble because of this." She started to shake, very angry, shaking her fist and shouting, "Get out of here. What trouble will I get into? Get out of here. Bad people." She was about to attack us, but we ran away, sad about what we had seen. When we got outside, my friend said, "Well, you have seen her. What do you think of her?" "Tell me the story of this woman," I replied. And this is what he told me as we walked along the white road, with fields of ripe crops on both sides that moved like the sea in the light wind that blew over them. This woman was once a servant on a farm. She was an honest girl, steady and careful with money. She never had a boyfriend, and nobody thought she did anything wrong. But she made a mistake, like many do. She soon found herself in trouble and was very scared and ashamed. Wanting to hide her problem, she tied her body tightly with a corset she made herself, using boards and string. The more her body grew, the tighter she tied herself with this painful corset, suffering a lot, but brave in her sadness, not letting anyone see or know anything. She hurt the baby inside her, squeezing it with that awful corset, and made a monster of it. Its head was squeezed and long, and its big eyes seemed to pop out of its head. Its arms and legs were very long and twisted like a vine, ending in fingers like spider claws. Its body was small and round like a nut. The child was born in an open field, and when the farm workers saw it, they ran away, screaming, and people said she had given birth to a demon. From that time on, she was called the devil. She was kicked off the farm and lived on charity with a bad reputation. She raised the monster, whom she hated very much and would have killed, maybe, if the priest had not threatened to arrest her. One day, some traveling showman heard about the ugly creature and asked to see it so they could take it if they liked it. They were happy with it and gave the mother 500 francs. At first, she didn't want to show them the little animal as she was ashamed, but when she found out it was worth money and that these people wanted it, she started to bargain with them, raising her price with all a peasant's persistence. She made them sign a paper, promising to pay her 400 francs a year, like they had hired this deformed child. Driven by the desire for money, she kept making these strange children to have a steady income like a rich person. Some of the children were long, some short, some like crabs, all body, and others like lizards. Several died, and she was very sad. The law tried to stop her, but without proof, they let her continue making her freaks. She now has 11 alive, and they bring in, on average, from 5,000 to 6,000 francs a year. One alone is not sold yet, the one she didn't want to show us. But she won't keep it long, because all the showmen in the world know her and come from time to time to see if she has anything new. She even gets offers from them when the monster is valuable. My friend was silent. A deep disgust stirred my heart, and a feeling of anger, of regret, that I did not strangle this woman when I had the chance. I had forgotten this story when I saw on the beach of a fancy resort the other day an elegant, charming, delicate woman surrounded by men who admired and respected her. I was walking along the beach, arm in arm with a friend, the local doctor. 10 minutes later, I saw a nursemaid with 3 children who were playing in the sand. A pair of little crutches lay on the ground and touched my sympathy. I then noticed that these 3 children were all deformed, hunchbacked or crooked, and ugly. "Those are the children of that charming woman you saw just now," said the doctor. I felt sorry for her and for the children, and exclaimed, "Oh, the poor mother! How can she ever laugh? Do not pity her, my friend." "Pity the poor children," replied the doctor. "This is the result of trying to keep a slim figure until the end. These little deformities were caused by the corset. She knows very well that she is risking her life doing this. But she doesn't care, as long as she can be beautiful and have admirers." And then I remembered that other woman, the peasant, the devil who sold her children, her monsters.